Welcome to Saturday afternoon football matchup, Dylan. 2 p.m. at Dunning Stadium. The weather could be worse, but not by much. Let me tell you something. I'm excited to see what team that benefits tonight. From first glance, I think it's going to benefit the Rams a little bit more than the Warriors, just because the Rams are going to look to run the ball out, and Windsor are going to look to air it out. Very talented passing team. Last game, they had 2 50-plus yard touchdowns, so they're definitely one of those teams that gets off to a hot start in the passing game. And they've just been, what they've been able to do is going to be limited by the rain tonight. So we'll see how they do this afternoon and how they're able to produce offensively.
Greg, today I think it's a must-win for the Rams. Windsor's coming off a 2-0 record to start the season off wins to Hall and Bristol, and now they're playing the Rams, who's a top team even though they're 1-1. They had a close game to Shelton and then had a big win against Fairfield Ward. So today will be a great game for both teams and a must-win for both teams to solidify themselves as a top team in the state.
Right, and key players for both these teams, A.J. Robinson, Luke Robinson, both quarterbacks with the last name Robinson, so a very exciting matchup here. Let me tell you something. Windsor Warriors coming out here looking like they have the size advantage actually coming out. We watched them hop off the buses, and you can see them here on the field. Very large offensive line, defensive line, and something to note is most of their players, I think they have 12 to 15 guys that play both sides of the ball because it's a lighter roster, obviously, for the Warriors. The Rams definitely have more depth. So less guys that play both sides of the ball. You see that primarily in Alex Benevento, maybe a little bit in Mike Smith. So definitely the Warriors are going to have to, keep their endurance high. They've been doing it all season, so obviously they're used to it, and that's definitely been something they've been strong with in the past. So returning to this game, we also have Ben Reagan at left tackle for the Rams. Obviously a great addition to that offensive line. And he'll push Sibbett, who filled in for him last game because of his injury. He'll push Sibbett to the center position. So Sibbett, obviously a very talented center. So that'll benefit the Rams tonight, especially as they look to run the ball a lot more.
So my game predictions for today is I think it's going to be a close game. Going into this game, you probably think Windsor's the favorite to win this, but with New Canaan have the home field advantage, and I think the weather does play a part in this and help the New Canaan Rams. And I think it's going to be a little bit of a low-scoring game. Still high-scoring. Both teams have been very dominant on the offensive side. So I have the Rams winning 24-21 today.
We're got a similar score prediction here. Rams obviously a very talented team. Coach Marino, a lot of confidence in the kicker. Dr. Steven, you see him running out here. This Rams team, and just a very dominant force. I think the Rams are going to take this one away with their improved ability in the running game. So I think maybe a score of 30-21 is probably going to be a little bit more of a high-scoring game. Even though we're in the rain, I think just what these teams are going to be able to do and produce, and maybe these defenses will slip up and have a bad day. We'll now send it down to our sideline reporter, PJ Neville, here in a second for more on this game's weather and maybe how that'll impact these matchups.
Can you read it?
All right, looks like we're going to be back here. We'll send it down to PJ a little later. In terms of this Rams team, Dylan, a lot of size in terms of depth, as we spoke on before. Very large roster in terms of numbers, and Windsor pretty much the opposite. So it does look like they're filling the sideline today, but in terms of key guys, they really only have 12 to 15 guys who are going to play and dominate both sides of the ball, whereas the Rams might have a few more who are going to look to get some snaps tonight.
Yeah, when we see New Canaan Rams run out here, they have a lot of energy in their team getting ready for this game.
Yeah, look, and as you said before, this is a must-win. As the captains take the field, must-win for the Rams. Obviously, they got off to a slower start to the season, losing to Shelton, but then bounced back and dominated in that Ward game. So definitely something they're going to have to, lock in, hone in on, and just pay attention to the little details and make sure everything goes their way tonight.
As we see the captains come out here right now.
Taking the field, as you see the return of senior captain Ben Reagan, the tackle, number 75 for the Rams, and Ben Sibbett. This offensive line is going to be key tonight for the Rams. They're going to have to rely on that running ability with the rain. Looks like it's lightened up here a bit at New Canaan. Maybe they'll be able to air the ball out. But, as you've seen with NFL games, it's tough. In the NFL, you see games like Joe Burrow, it's tough for a quarterback to throw the ball in the rain, and his performance has been tough with the rain. So the Rams are hoping that does not happen tonight, and they can come out with this one.
Yeah, and because of that, we'll probably see more running today, and now we go to the national anthem. Sorry, my apologies. With the singing of the choir.
A lot going on today. It's, with the rain going on, we're all over the place. We're actually doing this broadcast in a different fashion. So hopefully we bring you guys the best content we can today as we are trying our best. Both teams, as you can see here, just finished up the coin toss, and just the size comparison you see here with the team shaking hands. Windsor's got some big players, that offensive line, and you can see A.J. Robinson there going up for the side bump. He's a very large quarterback, 6'3", 6'4", and so is Robinson, but the weight advantage definitely goes to Robinson, A.J. on that one.
Definitely Gray, and it looks like the New Canaan Rams will be receiving first, as it showed in the coin toss, and it'll be interesting to see how dominant Windsor's defensive line is with all those big boys out there. See.
And look, a key tonight for the Rams is just going to be eliminate the passing game. Windsor's a very strong passing game. They get deep routes. They're always open. They always find a way to get open. So that's going to be key for the Rams defense tonight.
We'll get ready for the national anthem.
We'll be back to you guys in a short bit.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars in the perilous fight for the lands we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets and bombs bursting gave proof through the night that the flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of freedom.
Beautiful national anthem, the choir there.
Right, and we're back to you guys just moments away from kickoff, Dylan. The first football game of the fall, pretty much, as the weather gets a little colder. We're now in sweatpants weather. You'll see the Bomb Squad tonight in sweatpants, sweatshirts, multiple layers. This is the first time this season we've had this opportunity to come out here and play a game in the rain and the fall weather. This is the first time to me it's felt like fall.
Yeah, and we'll see that throughout the game, just the versatile and having to get through the rain and the cold and see how they play through that today.
Make sure you guys are watching your college football. Some updates from scores of the halftime. Syracuse not doing too well. Same goes for FSU, but we'll see how they come back, and hopefully both teams will make the comeback as they expected to win.
Gray talks about Syracuse in a bad way because that's where I'm going, just to make fun of me a little bit, but we'll come back out here and see what the team does. It looks like a little confusion on what side of the field the Warriors will be returning from. We'll see if they have back here set to return. Looks like they figured it out though, and the Rams will be kicking it off. Maxim Copeland and Damian Sparrow set to receive here for the Warriors. Both two very talented players, seniors on this team. Two senior veterans, and as we talk, a junior kicker for the Rams here. Tucker Stevens taking over the reins of senior kicker Ty Groff from last season. Was obviously a very dominant force in the FCAC and led this Rams team to many wins, including a state championship. The ball will fall. That just shows the rain today, I think, and a little bit of the weather we're going to see today. Just a preview right there with the ball already falling. Well, and hopefully that's a preview of how the game's going to go today. We don't want a ball falling off the tee kind of day here. Moments away from kickoff, Dylan. Very excited, as I like to call this one, the start of the fall season, the first rain game. Tucker Stevens boots this one down the field. This one will be returned by Sparrow. Makes a pass. Let's see who's there. And that one wrapped up by the Rams. That was number 4, Thomas Garcia. The Rams just all formed in on right there together, and he couldn't even make it back to the 20-yard line.
Right, great play by Michael Smith and Thomas Garcia to close out there. Thomas Garcia obviously making the wrap-up tackle. Both those guys will stay on the field here. Great defensive players for the Rams.
What Windsor might do here on this first drive, if they go with passing or rushing. Because of the weather, you know, they're usually a dominant passing team, but maybe that will be different today.
And look, I'll put money on this first play being a post. Windsor loves to open up with just a deep route. This is definitely something the Rams are going to look out for. You see Mike Smith there, and free safety Luke Bob just getting ready for that deep route.
And I think that's something the Rams are also ready for, is that they've seen that in their film, and they're ready for a post here.
Taking their time in the snap here, motion across the field. Let's see what they'll do. They'll hit a screen pass. Number 3, Copeland. He'll get to the outside. The 30. He'll go out of the way. He's caught out of bounds at the 42-yard line, 41-yard line. That one almost a breakaway play, almost led to a touchdown, Dylan. Not something the Rams want to see here. See Coach Misk on the sideline, a little upset with his guys. Looks like they weren't able to keep contained and get through their blocks.
That was a big play for Windsor on the first play of the game. You know, right when he caught it, you could just see he had blockers ready, and he was going to go far. And with the weather today, Windsor's probably not going to have those deep passes, so we're going to probably see more screens like that to their dominant wide receivers.
Look, if they can get to the outside in any version of the run game or the pass game on these short routes, they can be very successful against this Rams defense. See the matchups on the outside. Connor Mazza lined up against a very tall wideout. They'll hand it up to the middle. That's number 21, John Pye Manning, one of those guys that does both sides of the ball. Dominant force, the junior.
Yeah, you saw in that play, it looked like he was already getting hit at, tackled right at the line of scrimmage, and he was still able to get 4 yards out of that play. Looks like he'll be a force to reckon with today.
I think yards after carry is going to be a big thing for this game. You know, and a key here for Windsor is kind of how that slot back lines up. A lot of times it's a big tell on what plays they'll run and stuff like that. So that's something to keep out for.
We'll see a flag on the play. Looks like it'll be offsides on Windsor, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
No, look, we called this last game here at Dunning Stadium against Ward, and there were a lot of penalties, and I think when either team's going to get a lot of penalties today, it'll definitely hurt them.
Yeah, but Windsor's more of a team that will listen to their coach and try not to have simple errors like that.
And great defensive play by the Rams. That was number 13, Owen Lyden there with the pressure. Great job by him, the senior captain. That ball almost placed right over his head, though. That could have been dangerous, but he was there, and that ball went down. His ability to jump up and get that kind of height on a play like that is what will cause that.
The quarterback threw behind him, so making it a fumble on the play. And it's now 3rd and really deep.
3rd and deep, not something Windsor wants to do here. Let's see if they can get out of this situation. Robinson lined up at the shotgun. They're going to throw this one deep. Let's see, he's got 2 wide receivers downfield. That one, great defensive coverage by the Rams there. That ball a little bit overthrown. You know, maybe tough to read in the rain. That chemistry is definitely there. As you saw that post route I talked about earlier, that deep post is something they like to run. Looks like instead of the first play, they ran on the 3rd.
And that'll be something to look out for later in this game. As we see, the weather's not really affecting the quarterback. He's able to still sling it really deep on the play. Not too accurate, but it's still getting pretty close to the wide receiver on that play right there.
Right, and Robinson, believe it or not, is listed as a sophomore quarterback. So with that kind of size, it's going to be interesting to see how he progresses in the next few years. Looks like he's back to punt.
I bet he'll be able to boot it pretty far here, and as he does.
Rams have Cooper Smith set back here to return. He'll catch this one. Get to the outside here. Breaks upfield. He's out of bounds at the 46. You went downfield. You see Eli Fanguro, the center, senior, got downfield pretty quickly, but you know Cooper Smith was able to break him and get to the outside and pick up some extra yardage on that return. Great job by him to not just call a fair catch and sit down.
Yeah, and as we saw last week, New Canaan had great field position almost the whole game, and right here on the first possession, they're going to be starting on their own 46, almost on the other team's side, and you can't ask for better field position.
The Rams start with trips to the right side. Dylan Pryor, a running back in the backfield. Looks like Alex Russi will take the first snap at quarterback. He'll fight for a few yards.
Yeah, so we'll see just a little QB sneak up the middle, and I think today we might see more of Alex Russi at quarterback because of the run game today with the rain. And he's more of the running quarterback, and Luke Robinson's more of the passing threat quarterback.
Right, and we kind of expected a little bit of that in seeing Robinson throw those balls, and obviously it's no surprise that they're giving Rusty a few snaps at quarterback in a game with such a running expectation. We'll see him to the outside here. Tries to break a few tackles, gets upfield. He'll be out of bounds at, I believe, the 50.
And he'll get around, but only for 1 yard, maybe 2 on the play. And it will be 3rd and 5.
Look, 3rd and 5, a tough place to be in, but the Rams are definitely used to converting in situations like this. They've been doing it all year. Let's see what they can do on this play.
You know, in a time like this, you think they're going to run, but it is 3rd and 5. You might be ready for a pass here, like a little slant.
The snap to Rusty. He'll take this one. And he is stopped and brought down by a swarm of Warrior defenders.
You know, it looked like there was a hole there. It looks like he just ran into his lineman right behind him, and it'll be a close 4th down, and then it looks like they'll go for it maybe on the play here.
Coach Marinelli not too excited there with how Rusty did on that drive.
Because I do think on that play there was a hole he could have ran up for to get the first down. He tried to get around and just wasn't successful.
Motion on the sideline fades out here.
Oh.
And a great call by Coach Marinelli there. Playing with fire, and it works out. I've never seen anything like that, Dylan.
He had the whole team come off, and it somehow made Windsor go offsides. I was speechless after that play there. That was a great play by Marinelli.
Dylan, and you have to think that was part of the script, and Coach Marinelli's he must have seen that online. He's got the biggest smile on his face right now, and, you know, planning like that for weeks probably for a situation like that. It's great to see that.
I thought they were, yeah, I just thought they were putting their punt team out, but that's something else in mind.
Mike Smith takes a direct snap. Quarterback Luke Robinson, wide out left. They barely had coverage on him. And one thing I'm seeing tonight, Dylan, is just a diverse amount of sets. I mean, this Rams offense has run maybe 4 or 5 different formations in 6 plays.
Yeah, it looks like they're ready to feed it to anyone today, and as we've seen multiple players run the ball so far already.
Thomas Garcia for the Rams here, the running back in the backfield. That one a jet sweep, toss to Alex Benevento. Can he find a gap? He breaks up field. He keeps going after contact. He gets down to the 25. The first down for Benevento.
And that's the one thing about Alex Benevento. If he has 1-2 guys on him, he's still going to be able to get 5-7 yards on the play and run with them, and as we saw right there.
Yards after carry, the key for this Rams team tonight offensively. Let's see Alex Benevento takes off to the sideline. They don't want to use him too much, especially after a big first down. Looks like he'll be getting checked out on the sideline. He's okay. Rams with some motion in the backfield. Looks like they're running that jumbo set we've seen a lot of last year. Mike Smith hits a gap. Oh, and he slips down.
And you can see he's a little mad after that. You know, he probably could have gotten at least 5 more yards out of that, but still good play. 2nd and 7 here in almost the red zone.
Look, and he knows he could have gotten an 8-yard carry out of that play, so he's obviously a little upset to slipping, but just in a game like this, that's something you got to be okay with is, you know, understanding that you might slip once or twice because of the rain, and you just got to overcome those things.
Exactly, Gray.
See, Robinson lined up in the shotgun here. Pryor as his back. They'll hand it up to Pryor in the middle. He'll find a gap. He'll take up field. Brought down by the back of his jersey. Great run by Pryor for the first down.
Great vision from Pryor there to see the hole and go through it and get the first down for the Rams. And now they'll almost be within the 10.
And Pryor's one of those guys that's progressed so much over the last year, and just being able to get those touches like that over some of those guys who have had maybe larger roles last year in the season is just an amazing thing to see. And, you know, he's definitely one of those key guys that the Rams are going to use a lot this year in the run game.
Yeah, because I think he's one of those guys that has great offensive IQ and knows where to go on the field and make plays happen.
Robinson in the shotgun, they'll hand it off. And they'll fake the handoff.
Little read option there.
Robinson will keep that one for a gain of 2.
And he'll get pushed pretty vicious out of bounds there. Maybe not needed, but that's the type of game we're going to see today is big hits like that, just shoving after the play a little bit. And
Right, weather always has an impact on the attitude of the game. You know, when it's a little warmer, people get excited. They're making these mistakes, as we saw with penalties in the last game, and this game it'll get a little more chippy in the cold. Robinson in the shotgun here. They go for the hard count.
with 2nd and 8 here.
Pryor lined up behind Robinson in the backfield. They'll hand it off up the middle to Pryor. That one right away brought down. I believe that was number 56 for the Warriors, Emmanuel Cox, defensive end, the junior.
And there's just nothing Pryor could do there. You know what I mean? Right when he just got handed off the ball, he was just tackled, swarmed up, and just needed better blocking from the offensive line there.
Now here's something that's going to be very interesting. 3rd and 7, obviously. You see this handoff up the middle, swarmed down. A great play by Emmanuel Cox to bring Pryor to the ground. You know, we'll see Coach Marinelli has a lot of confidence in his kicker, so if it gets to a 4th down situation.
It looks like we'll see Jumbo
With Luke Reed there in the backfield. Luke Reed, the go-to guy in that jumbo set. Looks like the Warriors were ready.
And now they're in a weird position because it is 4th down, but it's only 4th and 3 here. And 4th and 4 maybe. And you have to decide, are you going to go for the field goal, get the easy 3 points, or risk it a little bit?
And this is the field goal unit taking the field right now. Coach Marinelli, obviously a lot of confidence in his kicker, Tucker Stevens, who struggled a little bit from the left hash last game. But, you know, that's probably been something he's been working on all week in practice. So I'm expecting this one to hit.
Yeah, and you see he's more in the middle right here and has about a 24-yard field goal. And as we saw last night, there was a lot of field goals made from Connecticut teams.
That one good. No surprises there from Tucker Stevens. The Rams up 3-0 with 3 points on the board. Great job by Stevens and that Rams offense driving down the field to create that opportunity.
And the Rams will take a quick 3-0 lead on their first possession of the game. And great offensive start for the Rams. You know, great play calls by Marinelli there to get the first down on 4th down. And just able to drive down the field with just running the ball, no passes at all, as we'll probably see a lot today.
Yeah, I mean, no surprises there. The Rams, not really a team that's found themselves in the passing game yet, and obviously today it's not the best conditions to try that out. See what this Rams kickoff team can do. They got a lot of action last week with an absurd amount of kickoffs and a blowout win.
Yeah, we saw Windsor didn't have the best kick return on their first possession, but let's see if they can turn around here.
And look, Windsor definitely has the guys in the back to return here, set to return. Obviously, Copeland and Sparrow, 2 of the guys with a lot of talent on this team. And Sparrow, the one with that long run on that first drive.
Yeah, I think we'll see a very different possession here from Windsor. You know, they just got a little unlucky with the penalty and then the fumble that had them in horrible field position. And as long as they clean up those errors, I think they'll be good here today.
And a great kick from junior Tucker Stevens. That one, a perfect touchback. Almost went out of bounds.
Yeah, that almost got them stuck on the 1-yard line there, but we'll go out of bounds and they'll start on the 20.
Windsor will take over here, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
What do you think, Gray, the Windsor's going to run here on the first play of the game? You think they'll go for it on a screen, maybe deep post, or
yeah, their second drive, I think they go deep. You know, Windsor's obviously one of those teams that, as we've seen today, has shown they're not scared to throw the ball. They aired one out deep, and that wasn't a factor of the rain. So I think they're going to keep trying themselves and seeing what works.
Yeah, you know, looking at the sophomore quarterback, he's huge. You know, he's got some long arms, and he's going to be able to sling it deep.
Robinson and Manning in the backfield. This one a handoff to Manning on the inside. He's brought down right away by number 4, Thomas Garcia. Great play by the middle linebacker.
Garcia getting in there right away to make the tackle, giving him no chance to get any yards there.
Second key tackle of the game from Thomas Garcia.
Yeah, Manning had no chance there on the play. Just right when he got a hand off the ball, just swarmed by Garcia.
As you can see here on the replay, Garcia finds that gap, shoots up, and takes him down for a loss. Robinson and Manning in the backfield. A short pass here. Up to the inside. Oh, what a missed tackle by Leahy. He'll get some yards down the field. Just shy of the first down. They'll spot him. Great play by Copeland.
Copeland, I think he's going to be the most dominant player for Windsor today, as we saw the big catch and run from him, and then another 5-yard out there to get extra yards, and he's going to be a big player tonight, I think.
The Rams will make an adjustment defensively here with some new personnel. They'll sub in Mazza. That's that strong side corner, wide side.
Crucial 3rd and 2 here. Looks like they're going to get ready to run it up the middle, as they got a running back right at the line just to have an extra blocker, and Manning will run. Oh, sorry, I'll let you talk.
So right there on the inside, Mike Smith wrapped up, and then the Rams defense took him down for a tackle. I thought there was a little bit of action, maybe a little bit of a false start there. I'm not sure what I saw. Not sure if that's legal in the backfield, but
Well, if you look, they have a guy in the backfield right behind the other lineman, ready to go block and be an extra blocker. It's kind of like an extra lineman right there.
right, and I said that earlier in the game. That's going to be one of those keys, is if he's standing up, it's probably going to be a pass block. If he's sitting down, it's going to be a run. See the jet sweep to the inside to Manning. No surprises there. 2 missed wrap tackles from the Rams. And Mike Smith with the great contact.
You know, even after Michael Smith wrapped him up, Manning was still able to get 2-3 yards on the play, and it's going to be hard to bring him down today. That's what we've seen right there.
Right, and that's a scary thing. You know, guys that can get yards after carry or after contact, especially in a game like this where every yard matters. Well, 2nd down and 4 situation here. Robinson in the backfield. Once again, shotgun, a similar formation. What we left to Manning. He'll cut back and blocked down from the top by Owen Lyden, I believe. No, Simon Tchakarov, the replacement for Charlie O'Connor, the senior with the injury, who will take him out for most likely the rest of the season. O'Connor, one of the most talented players on this Rams defense. As Coach Marinelli spoke, there is no replacement for O'Connor, but Tchakarov's doing a great job tonight or this afternoon, and as you just saw in that play.
Yeah, he was a good substitute last game against Fairfield Ward, made many tackles, and right off the bat right here, he's making another great tackle to start off the game.
See Tchakarov on the outside coverage. Hand off to the inside. Manning once again stuffed by that Rams defensive line.
You know, even with Windsor having that extra blocker right there in the backfield, it still doesn't open up a hole for them, and looks like they'll get ready to bring out the punt team here on 4th and 2.
Look, when you have Miles Chisholm, Carter Seipel, and Schmitz on that line, you're not getting anywhere up the middle. You know, those are guys that are going to wrap up and use their wingspan to bring anyone blitz an A or rush an A or B gap to the ground.
Yeah, exactly. New Cane's defense is definitely playing top tier right now, as we've seen, not really giving Windsor any chance.
Cooper Smith, the returner, set here to receive from the Rams. See what Robinson can do on this punt. Great punt. That one in the air. A lot deeper than expected. Smith will return this one. He'll fall to the ground. That's the 2nd slip for the Rams tonight on this turf.
Yeah, that's just something we're going to see a lot today. It's nothing you could do, just slippery turf because of the rain. And this is going to be one of the more bad field positions we've seen from the New Cane Rams. We've seen last week and today already them with great field position, and now they're going to be starting on their own 20.
Tough field position, but they drove the field the first time. Let's see what they can do. Their 2nd drive, 3 seconds left in this 1st quarter, so they'll switch to the other side of the field after this first play.
Looks like we'll see more of a passing offense here with the spread of the trips left, especially with Luke Robinson out there.
This Rams offense checking their play. Let's see what they'll call. 3 seconds left for the end of the 1st quarter here. Robinson in the backfield, line up in that shotgun formation. Deciding what to do. And he'll pitch that one to Cooper Smith. A great play by him, getting about 8 yards on that carry. Dylan, what do you have on that play there?
You know, it was just a read option play there, and on that, it's either Luke Robinson keeps it and runs, or pitches it to Cooper Smith, and smart play there to pitch it off to Cooper Smith and get 9 yards on the play with a nice spin move.
Right, and that just shows what we talked about all season